Right, good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is RUDI Page. Just a very quick background. Management consultant, and I specialize in policy implementation. I work in the NHS here, and I do a lot of work around workforce development, staff development, system reconfiguration, and patient and public involvement within the system. And also, I work internationally as well. So I'm an advisor to the Ministry of Health in Antigua and Barbuda, and I spend a lot of time working in Jamaica and aligning the UK and Caribbean health systems. So I've been involved in facilitating a mobile blood collection unit to go to Jamaica, and we've got one going to Antigua next week. And then at the same time, involved in promoting greater blood donation, blood donors here in the UK. So again, I'm very much in the diaspora world and making best use of the diaspora knowledge and skills that we have here in the UK, particularly London, and spend a lot of time sharing that. And I spent 9 years working in international development, so I've worked in about 23 countries, but in particular in South Africa, Ghana, Sierra Leone, as well as around the Caribbean, as mentioned before. And I found today very interesting in terms of the thinking around people and communities. So what I've been working on the last few months is something called the Caribbean Diaspora Delivery System. And it's kind of using London as the pivot for that. So I'm just going to give an overview and then the background to it, and then the specific elements to it. So it's the Caribbean Diaspora Delivery System is a facilitated framework for the digital transformation of the traditional diaspora leadership management and involvement model by providing strategic leadership in communication, governance, structure, and implementation. The system encompasses 4 interlocking work streams that translate into market-led deliverables and align with the Sustainable Development Goals for achieving inclusive growth. So it's international trade in services, workforce development, global health and wellness, and community tourism. The system is knowledge-driven. It's a knowledge-driven approach to value creation and coordination of assets, data, management systems, resources, skills, and supply chains. So that's the basic business model. And this is enhanced by a culture of collaboration, trust, and cooperation amongst intermediaries, dedicated to facilitating cohesive, productive, and effective team working. It facilitates the integration of diaspora skills, expertise, and resources within economic, education, environment, health, and tourism infrastructures, so that it's there to provide a system-enabled, in terms of the 3 key goals for system development being high quality, easily accessible, and sustainable services. It also ensures that the diaspora is evidence-informed in terms of policy formulation and adoption, which is key to the involvement of other professional services and practitioners. And we focus on those professionals with a proven track record of achievement within host countries. So in other words, the work that we're particularly doing in the Caribbean, it's important that the professionals have a proven track record of achievement here in the UK. And also, it promotes global diaspora networking with academic and knowledge management partners for utilizing the intangible assets of intellectual capital and traditional knowledge as leverage for encouraging enterprise and attracting investment. And finally, it facilitates knowledge transfer, capacity building, and program implementation for inclusive communities and neighborhoods within host and countries of origin. So the inclusive communities and neighborhoods, our approach is a series of dialogues, what we call dialogues. And these dialogues aim to explore the capabilities of individuals, families, and organizations to collaborate for sustainable development by transforming their approach to leadership, management, involvement, for embracing community development. And the dialogues have what we call an all voices must be heard approach. And it's quite simple. So we look at how we involve communities and neighborhoods in the design, development, and delivery of community development projects. Also, and that's focusing around business and enterprise, health and well-being, development, international development cooperation, leadership and community management, learning and skills, and youth development. So we do have in our minds all the time that, well, what do the community identify as being their social, cultural, health, and economic needs for their area? The dialogues also focus on improving young people's skills and access to workforce development and enterprise opportunities. And also developing partnerships between churches and related agencies, education institutions, environmental bodies, healthcare systems, sports, leisure, and cultural organizations. So the program, it is program-led, and it's designed to ensure that its short-term activities are diverse and contribute to the mental, physical, and spiritual well-being of communities. And I always use this quote, which I really like, around reliable logistics is indispensable to integrate global value chains and reap the benefit of trade opportunities for growth and poverty reduction. So we're all saying it's trade and doing business is important, and it is also, at the end of the day, ultimately, it is about poverty reduction. So we kind of always use that quote. And in the communities, we talk about passing the baton. So people who've been there, done it, and promoting inspiring, peaceful, caring, and enterprising neighborhoods. And in fact, Ian, you mentioned about London 2012. In one of the projects, we were awarded the Inspire Mark, and that was for the lead up to the Games. And that was the theme, the central theme of the program that I wrote, called Passing the Baton, Inspiring Peaceful, Caring, and Enterprising Neighborhoods. And there was a series of events and activities all around the country as part of the build-up. And in fact, the project did culminate with, there was a video just before the beginning of the Games, and what they did, they had all different cultures welcoming you to London. I don't know if you will remember that. You had all different cultures in the different languages welcoming the world to London. So in that video, you'll see a gospel group, a little gospel song at the end, which was actually filmed in Brixton. So they did Welcome to the World. So that actually came out of this particular project here as well. And I mentioned about improving communities and neighborhoods, improving young people's skills, developing partnerships. And why I've included the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Out of the 17, we've actually chosen 6 out of the 17, that are kind of relevant to the health and well-being and inclusion agenda. So why that's important as well. If you think of any local community, doesn't matter where you are in the world, those goals actually give us a shared platform, a shared understanding. So we do use that. And of course, when you're talking with government, public officials at any level, and even some companies, these values are easily understood and can be shared. And that's it. Thank you very much.